Continuing our coverage of this one, it's the Apple Sox against the Port Angeles Lefties in the rubber match here of this three-game set at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. I'm Joel Norman, and we're joined now by Apple Sox relief pitcher Evan Canfield, who is coming off of a great outing last night, 3 shutout and hitless innings, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. Evan, this is kind of becoming the norm for you in your Apple Sox tenure, these multi-inning efforts out of the bullpen. How do you get comfortable for a situation like that? Because you might only toss once a week, but you've had a couple of times you tossed at one point twice in 3 days. How do you get ready to go, not quite knowing how long you'll be used in relief on a given night?
Well, you kind of just got to keep your body prepared and stretching normally every day. That way, once your name gets called, you're ready to go.
The way you've pitched this year feels like you haven't really picked up it feels like you have picked up right where you left off from a year ago. How would you say you've improved from even just the season ago with the Apple Sox?
Honestly, just getting in the weight room and getting my body in the right shape. Last year I was a little overweight, and now I've kind of fixed that, and it's kind of worked out in my favor so far.
Was that a big goal for you in that offseason heading into the spring with Edmonds, was just to try and bulk up a little bit?
Yeah, me and my coach set up a plan so I could slim down a little bit, and so far it's been working.
How's it helped you on the mound? Is it maybe easier on a night like where it's hot, it's a little bit better in a situation like that, you're more prepared? Because you hear about sometimes pitchers with that type of thing, sometimes it helps them in a different way.
Yeah, it almost helps in a mobility way. That way your body is looser for the amount of time you're pitching, so it kind of just helps your body endure a lot more.
That outing last night, I believe that was the 6th time you've gone at least 3 innings in relief in your time with the Apple Sox. When you look back even last season, this season, what's been the one outing in relief that's maybe stood out to you the most that you tossed?
Probably the series in Kelowna last year where I went 5 scoreless. It's kind of a chippy series, so it was kind of nice to get that one.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that it doesn't hurt that the Apple Sox have won every one of those games that you've done that in as well. A second-year member of this team, as we mentioned. How have you enjoyed this group so far compared to a year ago? Every summer kind of has its own feel to it, and the teams change a little bit, but it seems like this group is really coming together.
Oh yeah, this group is really close together. All the guys enjoy every guy, and it kind of just helps us come together and win.
From your standpoint, as a guy who was there last year as well, how has this group improved from a year ago?
I think just as a whole, we've come together and actually started playing a lot better baseball. Last year's team was great, but this year's team just feels a little bit different.
It feels like a whole new level. How fun has it been seeing a lot of those familiar faces from a season ago, too?
Oh, it's been fun. I love the guys that returned. They were my favorite people last year, so it's been fun.
Awesome. Well, Evan, thank you for the time here. A lot of fun watching you pitch so far this summer. Looking forward to the next one.
Thank you, Joel.
That was Evan Canfield joining us. We will have more to come here in just a moment. It's the Apple Sox against the Port Angeles Lefties. First pitch coming up at 6:35.